Hey guys, Metal Jesus here. Now many of you have noticed that things have changed a little bit in my game room here, specifically my television as well as my audio video setup. As a matter of fact, I've swapped out pretty much everything I was previously using and upgraded almost everything. So this is going to be a brand new tour video of all the things I've installed here, as well as the reasons why I did it. Let's take a look. My previous HDTV was an older Vizio, and it was pretty decent for, an older television. It had a bunch of different inputs. However, it had one big flaw, and that is it didn't do 1080p. And so as I upgraded my consoles, it just couldn't keep up with the times. As for the audio, it was all going through my Mackie mixing board that was about 17 years old now. And those were going out to my KRK V6 studio monitors. These are Series 1, and they were starting to fail. And here's what my game room looks like today. I upgraded the Vizio TV. This is a 43-inch HD television. What's funny is that this is technically a larger display, but because the bezel is smaller, it's actually the same space, the same physical size as my previous television. So win-win. But really the upgrade to my game room is the receiver. No longer am I using a mixing board. Instead, I upgraded to the Onkyo TX NR676. Now this is a 7.2 channel networked audio video receiver, and it's changed everything. What I was looking for with this upgrade was going beyond what a simple mixing board can do. Mixing boards are really designed for just audio, and my game room is fairly complex. I do video games, I do music, and I also want to do movies. You're going to see that here in a second. So I needed a receiver that was going to be very powerful and also very flexible. What's handy about this receiver is that it has 7 HDMI inputs, 6 in the back and 1 in the front for easy access if you just want to hook up a console real quick. Also, it has the legacy stuff too, so it has a component connection as well as composite. I also like how Onkyo receivers have buttons. I'm old school. I remember when receivers in the 70s and 80s had buttons, and I like how this has those. If you lose a remote, you're not toast. You can still use it. You guys know that I love collecting vinyl records, and so it was very important for me to get a receiver that would support my turntable. And here you see the TAC TN300 turntable here. I use it all the time and it sounds great. Another thing I changed about my game room was adding a dedicated Blu-ray player, and that is because I have a fairly large collection of music DVDs and Blu-rays. It's probably no surprise that my love of music goes beyond just the audio. I love live concerts and music videos. I'm a child of the 80s, and so I have a bunch of these that I'd scrolled them away. I hadn't watched them in years, and I wanted to incorporate that into my game room and make that a part of what I can do down here. And having a dedicated Blu-ray player on a really great sound system was key. This receiver also has a neat little option where you can use a cell phone or tablet to control all of its features, including different zones. So you can have music playing in 2 different areas of your house, as well as turning it on Bluetooth. This is something that's kind of new for my game room here. So here you're seeing Apple Music streaming live to my receiver. But of course it is a game room, and so it's all about the games first and foremost. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you notice that I've been trying to get most of my systems to HDMI, because HDMI is the best way for me to play games on a new television as well as capture the footage for my YouTube channel. And so that's what all of this is about, is simplifying my life and making it look fantastic as well. With my previous speakers failing, it was time to upgrade, so I went with Klipsch. These are bookshelf reference speakers here. Now these are non-powered, and the reason why I did that, quite honestly, is because I was running out of outlets. I was running out of plugs, and so I went with non-powered ones. but I made up for it with a receiver that can handle them. So I'm running this in a 4.1 configuration here. So I have 4 speakers, 2 in the front and 2 surround. And then I have a subwoofer here, also by Klipsch. This is a 450 watt 10-inch sub that I didn't have previously, and honestly, I was missing. Every serious audio setup should have a good subwoofer, and it makes a huge difference. Some other details about this setup are the receiver runs at 100 watts per channel, and keep in mind you can go up to 7.2, so I can always upgrade to more speakers. There's support for DTS-X as well as Dolby Atmos. And being that it's a newer receiver, it supports 4K video with full HDR, just in case I want to upgrade my TV. And it also has Chromecast built in. Now, I haven't played around with that much, but it's very tempting. And just in case you're wondering, yes, I still have my awesome old school CRT on the other side of the game room because, well, you gotta have that. So that's a quick look at my updated game room. As you can tell, I am super excited about it. Now, if you want to learn more about the individual parts of this, I've included links down to Amazon in the description below, so you can find out more details if you want. Also, I want to mention here that some of you are probably adding up the cost of all this, and I want to say that actually the TV I upgraded, but the stereo and the speakers and the subwoofer were actually a present from my wife for Christmas and also my birthday, because they fall fairly close together. So she was very cool to upgrade that, because as I mentioned in the video, my old system was really old and failing. So this is a pretty cool gift from her. Now, every single game room is different, and I would love to know what you guys use in your game room, because there are still some things that I need to do here. Like, I'm wondering, do I need a sound bar for the front here? I don't know. I've never actually owned one, so kind of curious what you guys think about that. Please let me know down in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and take care. I know some of you may be wondering why I didn't go for a 4K television. And the reason for that is, quite frankly, is that for most of the gaming that I do down in my game room, 1080p is going to be just fine for the foreseeable future. Actually, I have a 4K television up in my living room. That is what my PlayStation 4 Pro is connected to. I love that television, but I don't really need it in the game room just yet. So I was able to save some money doing so.